place that's officially been recognized as the loudest venue in the NFL. There's a look at Arrowhead Stadium right here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Now, 180. 57 to Mike. You're not ready. You're not ready.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Nice play, baby.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
I got 40. Raider 2. Twist. 93. Well, Jumbo.
Now Carr. And he'll find Moreau here. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Carr now to throw. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The sack comes from Anthony Hitchens.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
In a blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Here's Hill on the return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 24.
We got 3.
Working from the gun, Mahomes steps away to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Now, how about that play? He took a possible negative and turned it into positive yardage and slid down to avoid taking a big shot. Excellent job getting down and avoiding the big hit.
Wait. That's all, 80.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And a quick throw here. That's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on third down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were two things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, third down conversions. So they got one there. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the ground, Kamara. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Escaping the pressure right. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Chiefs 1st down.
Kansas City Chiefs, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. A give to Smith out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. The 20. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tremont Smith, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
Well, you know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Carr. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to give it to Wrigley. Picked off near the 29. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's Kamara out of the pistol. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
Fight on these two. Fight on these two.
58, boys. 58. 58 is Mike. Haywood. You're whining. 58.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. And this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Carr going to throw. And he's going to be taken down. Sacked back at the 2. Anthony Hitchens, his 2nd sack of the night.
It's 2nd down. That's the end of the first quarter.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 2nd down coming up. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
93. Hey, Zoo.
Bofo's and Mike. Mike's Bofo. Who that? Who that? 44, Mike.
In his own end zone, it's Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. From their own 2, Charles, they opted to throw it instead of run it. We saw the outcome.
And I think what a lot of teams count on is defenses to stack the line of scrimmage, trying to force a safety or force a turnover there. But if you've got a good defensive front, you just allow them to play the run, and everyone else stays ready, and they were, and they picked that one off.
Hey, fight on these two. Fight on these two. 40.
Let's see what you got.
Andre, yo, hey, go gun.
The General, West.
We got
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
At the Raiders' 10-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Rip left.
He's 43, 15.
Staying on the ground. This time it's Smith. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Watch the Chopper.
15.
Smoke.
Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. Travis Kelsey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover it? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You going to yell at me? You go cover it.
Come on now, let's go.
1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Let's go, baby.
15 yards on the play, first down.
A gain of 15. And the Raider first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
29.
From the gun, it's Carr. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Carr completes it, and he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Watch the slant.
Again, it's Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Kill.
57, Mike, 57. Coming, baby, I'm coming, baby.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Yellow.
98 to Mike. Watch the pass. 198.
So after the INT, here's Mahomes. Flush to his right. That'll be caught by Rice. He got 29 yards that time.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Yellow. It's a lot,
98 to Mike.
Hey, let's pin the mirror. Hey, 57 color. 57 color.
98. Watch
Hey,
it.
57.
Mike.
On the ground, this is Kamara. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This will be caught by Brown. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
At the 24-yard line.
Here's Carr to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And he will score. Touchdown, Kansas City. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
Extra point up and through. And a rout is on here in this first half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. I hate to sound really negative, but at this point, an incomplete pass, almost a moral victory that it's not picked off.
Well, you may hate to sound negative, but that was negative.
It was very negative, I know. But all these first-half interceptions, it's been tough to watch.
Yeah, couldn't find a silver lining in this one. Much more like lead.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Shotgun now for Carr. Buying time to his left. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Chiefs.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
Exactly. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
He can't hang. He's not going to get me. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Sponge. No.
Hey, 57 color, 57.
Mahomes now to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And he can't hang on. That's definitely going to be one he wishes he had back. Incomplete in the end zone.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Check 3.
Yellow.
High 7. Let's go.
Now Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 21 yards there on third down.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Wait.
Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's get in there, half. Banjo.
190.
98's the mic. Get in the
Wait, wait.
Mahomes now on first down. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown.
Great job, man. Keep getting those
Tyreek Hill with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So a challenge coming down from the booth, and that's where these challenges come from, of course, in the final 2 minutes of the half.
Yeah, now we're going to New York, right? That's command central for the officials. They'll talk, they'll take a look at it, communicate with the referee at the game site, and issue a final decision because they do have the final call now.
Butker now to add the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half.
Next score, Chiefs 42, Raiders nothing.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards, as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Right now.
Rush in.
What's up?
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. The final shot here before half for Carr. Forced out to his left. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. Fielded about a yard deep. And able to take it past the 20 a little bit, but no further. A flag in there as well. Let's see what this is. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
2nd down and 10.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, what's the ball?
Attack.
198. Scene 6. Here we go, D. Here I come.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half.
15. 98 to Mike. 65.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. That's a first down and then some. A 32-yard pickup. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Hey, 15.
98 to Mike. Watch the flood. Watch the flood.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Gets this one to Hill. That goes for a gain of 31. Now that's 2 big catches that he's had on this drive alone.
And I can hear it right now. If they give up a 3rd to him, whoever does that, go stand on the other sideline. You're persona non grata on our team at that point.
Tyreek Hill. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game, as his guys continue to pour it on. And the touchdown all set up by the big play one snap before, but they finish it off here with a shorter completion, this time for the score.
I like how they stuck with what got them there, right? The big pass play. Got the momentum going, right? You create it with a play like that, and you come right back with another pass play to finalize things off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know it.
And now here is another interception. It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. Eluding the pressure right. They complete it to Hill. That's good for 28 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
36-yard line.
So they move from 136 over to the other as they come up on first down.
Right here. We got to step it up.
Hero 15.
Watch 98. Watch 98. 98 to Mike. Why? Who? Watch 98. Watch 98. 98 to Mike.
They go play fake. Mahomes.
Let's make these babies proud.
It's Hill, complete. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 36 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end, you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. Another example of just a dominant performance by this defense.
Yeah, you hear all the time about teams that try to steal signals from the other side and try and learn their signs and their tendencies. It's almost like they got the answers to the exam the night before and were well prepared for this final.
It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Down. 180.
57's the mic. I got you. I got you.
Carr now to throw. And he'll find Moreau here. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. Now Carr on the bootleg. Got him in, it's Brown. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 25 yards that time.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Going to give this time to the tailback. Now he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Check. Check hot route. Hot.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Carr. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Hey.
Raider 1.
Fofo's the mic. Mike's Fofo.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be stupid.
Throwing now is Carr. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So here's Greg Zuerlein now as he'll try for the field goal. Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag? You just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. We're back now in KC. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
So we got man.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. That one complete to Hill. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there at 22.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
24 is the mic. You get right,
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against?
Let's go.
Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 2nd down. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense can crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Gary and Conley, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Dorian O'Daniel, 3rd-round pick in 2018, made the tackle. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 10.
6:37.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They're already slim. Hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. The Raiders do snap it. It's Carr. And it is incomplete. Mike Tomlin takes a shot here, but to no avail. And now possession's going to go over with a football at the 20-yard line. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
To throw is Carr, and he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Anthony Hitchens able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Shift. 44's the mark.
In his own end zone, it's Carr. And his throw here is incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, but now it's 3rd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Carr going to throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. He's at the 50. The 30. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Calvin Ridley, 99 yards. And the Raiders able to get this back to within at least some measure here of respectability. Zerline good with a PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Being chased out left. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Give me some. Delta. Here we go. 24 is the mic.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Mahomes hit, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Hey, 4 down.
15.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. He's going to air one out. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Mike 57. Come to my world. We want it. Come to my...
Deuce right, Chief.
Slam.
On 1st down, Carr. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Hey, we're good.
Off the bootleg. Carr. That is caught inside the 5. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal as they look to punch in a late score.
Yo, Chief, get down, get down.
Now Carr. And this is caught. Well, they get one back, picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2.
Push him back.
Carr to throw again. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Here
Here we go.
Yellow.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Let's bring it.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
All day, baby, all day.
Hey, rip list.
58's the mic.
15, 15.
58's the mic.
They'll run. This is Kamara. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Yellow.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
58.
Mahomes going to throw it here. He'll buy some time right. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he's singing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is
But
one of our
she's
guys.
singing, too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on like the 5th tune at this point.
she left Scales way behind, but he's just saying something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 41-yard line.
What down? 185.
Night, sweetheart.
Carr now on 1st down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. And the Raiders have got him. Maurice Hurst able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Oh, he fakes a spike. Open man is Hill. He's got it. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on first and goal. On play action, it's Mahomes. Sliding out of the pocket to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Tyreek Hill that time, but it'll be second and goal. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. Now, a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. They've been stopped twice at the one. Can they finally break through on third and goal?
58, right over there. Right.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings them up second and 10. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys